when you think about the state of Iowa. It isn't this or this or this. And when you think about Iowa high school football, you definitely don't think about the pageantry of Friday Night Lights in Texas. Tyler Hawkins is a fifth-generation farmer who was expected to take over the family business. Ever since Tyler was born, his future was pretty much set in stone for him. His dad figured he would have a son, he would take over the family business, run the farm, and continue to pass this legacy on for generations and generations. But that dream didn't belong to Tyler. It belonged to his father. Now, Tyler's dad was a hard-working man who bust his butt day in and day out to make sure his family had food on the table. That's what his father did, and that's what his father's father did. It was just their way of life. It wasn't until Tyler's senior year that he expressed to his father that he didn't want to take over the family business. But in fact, he wanted to pursue his dreams to become a Division I football player.
Beaches, women, surfing, and sharks. Beauty is often accompanied with ugliness. That's exactly how we got here. Welcome to Hawaii Tech University. Founded by Daquan Anderson, who was on his honeymoon with his new wife when he got attacked by a shark while snorkeling. And due to a loophole, he was awarded an insane amount of money because there weren't any shark crossing signs posted. With that money, Anderson decided to open up a school in Maui and sort of pay homage to his newfound wealth. I present to you the Hawaii Tech Sharks.
$32,000 people that began to flourish in the 1940s. It's also dubbed as the birthplace of Texas. Unfortunately, it's also known for a big ethylene explosion at the Shell chemical plant in 1997. But another thing Deer Park is known for is baseball. In the last 10 years, Deer Park High School baseball has won 24-plus games twice in 2014 and 2018. Then they have 30-plus wins in 4 different occasions, while winning 37 in 2016, while being ranked the number 2 team in the state and number 26 in all of America. And then 35 wins again in 2017, while hoisting the Texas 6A state championship trophy. Deer Park is also the hometown of 5-time World Series winner Andy Pettitte. About 20 years ago, a few die-hard baseball fanatics who have made a great living for themselves with successful refineries in the area had a great idea of sharing Deer Park's love for baseball with the rest of the country. So they founded Deer Park University.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Boys Podcast. I'm Jay-Z Productions, also known as Joe, and today I have a wonderful guest. What is your name?
Uncle Sam's Reject Gaming.
Welcome. Okay, I got a couple questions for you if you don't mind.
All right.
Thank you. And I thank you for serving our country. I know you said you were in the military. Thank you.
Yeah, I was in the Army, man. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. How is your quarantine going so far? Any hobbies?
So my quarantine, for the most part, I'm doing pretty much everything I've been doing. I mean, I'm in my last year of college right now, so I'm going to be graduating in May. So the only thing that did was make classes go from in-person to online. And then other than that, I was in an internship. So that got canceled or postponed for the time being. So pretty much just made me a full-time YouTuber quicker than I anticipated. Mm-hmm. And everything for the most part has just been working good. I mean, home with my kids and my wife every day. So, I don't really have to miss any quality time with them. So everything's been going pretty smooth.
That's cool. It's awesome. That's cool, though. I like your videos, so they're pretty awesome. Just saying.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. Who was your biggest inspiration for YouTube?
So my biggest inspiration for YouTube was Good Game Bro. Seen his channel back in like 2013, 2014, looking for some early Madden gameplay for my upcoming online league. Stumbled across his channel, started following everything he was doing. I was like, damn, man, this is pretty dope. So, started asking him questions, bits and pieces, picking his brain on how to start a channel. Then when I lived in Germany, I finally did it. And then, I was kind of like a variety YouTuber doing all this type of stuff. Then I stumbled across Femlo Raps, and then he was doing all NCAA 14 stuff, and NCAA is my favorite sports game. So I was like, damn, I got this game lying around. Why don't I start making videos on it? And that's how I pretty much became an NCAA YouTuber.
Nice. It's pretty cool. Good story. Good origin story. What are your top three favorite video games? Top three.
Ooh, my top 2 favorite video games.
Top three.
Top 3. That's tough. Man. Let me look at my wall right quick. I got pretty much all my nostalgic games over here. So so number 1 probably has to be NCAA. Not just 14, just all the NCAAs because I love college sports. Another one, if I had to say, just thinking about my whole entire childhood wrapped up into one, is the GTA series. I think the first one came out when I was like 10 or 11 or something like that, and I've been playing them ever since. And then number 3 would probably have to be, trying to think of a game that I put a lot of hours into. I played so many games in my life. If I had to just think about how something stuck with me, probably. Oh, okay, that's easy. So we're gonna go top 3 games. It's gonna be NCAA, GTA, and then Heavy Rain. Heavy Rain is my favorite story mode game of all time. I beat that game in one sitting, literally 8 hours straight. Only thing I got up for was to use the bathroom and get food, and I still play that game to this day. I love that game.
Nice. It's pretty cool. It's dope. It's a good game right there, to be honest.
Yeah.
Heavy Rain.
I mean, it's the good thing about it is it's like 7 different endings. Mm-hmm. So, you and your friends, nobody is guaranteed to have the same ending, and you get to share your endings, or you just get to get that completion feeling, and then you can play through and get all 7 different endings. So, the game has a lot of replay value.
That's dope. Pretty sick. What video of yours, like of all the videos you have, is your favorite?
All my videos that are my favorite videos. So I won't do favorite video. I'll just do favorite series. My all-time favorite series is my Tyler Hawkins series. That's the first Road to Glory RTG series. So if you're familiar with the game, that I put everything I had into it, and it showed in the videos, and then it showed with the growth of the channel. Just from the backstory, I did a lot of research. Just I'm a black dude from New Jersey, right? I created this white kid from Iowa, so I really actually looked up all the cities in Iowa, picked what city I wanted them to be from. I looked at the census, I seen what school district was there and what school he would be going to. I found a school in Team Builder. When I did his signing day, I actually used the actual high school's gymnasium for the signing day. Mm-hmm. It was one of those things where that series kind of like told its own story. So instead of letting the gameplay dictate how I wrote the story, I let the story dictate how I played the game. So, I wrote about 10 to 15 episodes of that series, ahead of time, and that would dictate how I would play the game. And, I was kind of creating I created his own world. I created his own timeline, created his own personality for Tyler to become who he became. That
was a great series. I really enjoyed watching it.
Appreciate it.
On YouTube.
I mean, it's I have a lot of newer people on my channel now that are they've come for the Hawaii Tech series, which is probably my second most fun series. But that Tyler Hawkins series is just for me, that's going to forever be like the greatest series I ever done. Until I do like another story, to that magnitude. But since that was the first one that really took me there as a storyteller, it's always going to be near and dear in my heart.
Nice. That's dope. Okay, what video did you really work hard on, but didn't get that much views?
Oh, so I actually just shared one of these videos on my Twitter. So I dabbled with some storytelling videos and everything like that. I did the greatest athlete of all time, which is a Danny Ainge video. You know what I'm saying? Because Danny Ainge was a 3-sport All-American in high school. You know what I mean? So, he had scholarships for college football, played college basketball. He got drafted in the MLB. I put a lot of time and effort in that story. And then another one was, I think, 1 or 2 NBA drafts ago. I did the number 1 overall pick for the last 10 NBA drafts. Mm-hmm. And that took a lot of, it's not that hard of research because, it's public knowledge, but how I put the story together, it really took me a while to, write the script to fit it in a certain time frame. and all the different little clips I had to get to put in the video. So that video was something I worked really, really hard on, but it barely got any views. But I still watch it today, and I'm very, very proud of it, honestly.
Nice.
All the systems I have a PS2, I have an OG Xbox, I have a PS3, an Xbox 360, PS4, Xbox One, and then I have 2 PCs.
Wow. That's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, so the only thing I need is just a Nintendo. I need a 64, a PS1, and a GameCube, and I'll be set with or in a Super NES. But a lot of those are easy to find. I just haven't really pulled the trigger on them yet.
Oh, nice. That's dope. And what is your favorite movie and TV show?
All right, so this is easy. My favorite movie is Pulp Fiction.
Okay.
It's off rip. It's always gonna be my favorite movie. And my favorite TV show, I have a 1A and 1B. It's going to be The Wire and Prison Break. Those are my 2 favorite shows.
I'm sorry.
Of all time.
I love Prison Break. Oh my God, sorry. It's a great show.
I watch the entire series at least once a year. I love that show.
That's a great show, to be honest. Yeah,
it's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Nice.
And top 2. Top 1, because like I said, 1A, 1B. I can't put one over the other.
True.
That movie is just so many. It's such a star-studded cast that back then maybe it didn't seem like it, but if you look back on it now, it's just like, damn, all these people were in this one movie.
Yeah. And
just made it just a super awesome movie. But Tarantino makes a lot of good films, so.
True. That's true. See, I have a favorite movie and TV show too.
What is it?
For my favorite movie, I got Take Me Home Tonight. If you've ever seen that. It's like a comedy with Topher Grace, Anna Faris, Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is, Star-Lord. Oh, you froze.
Okay.
Oh, you're back.
I'll check it out.
And then my favorite TV show is Future Man. If you've ever seen that, it's on Hulu. It's like a funny R-rated comedy about a video gamer, and it's like hard to explain. It's really
What's it
good.
called? Future Man. I'll check it out. I'm a movie and TV show guy, so I'll check out anything anybody recommends to me. Now, if it's trash, I'll let them know it's trash. But if it's good, I'll say, damn, appreciate it.
Who's your favorite artist, band, and genre of music?
So, my favorite artist is J. Cole, and my favorite genre it's gonna be rap mixed with 70s funk. Ooh, okay. Those are my 2 favorite genres.
That's dope. Really
so
cool.
Growing up, my parents always listened to Earth, Wind and Fire, The Temptations, things like that. So that music has always been near and dear to me, and so I listen to that 9 times out of 10. And for the most part, when it comes to rap, I don't really listen to a lot of new rap. Honestly, I listen to a lot of the older stuff from back when I was a teenager. So the early 2000s, 2003, 2001 up to 2008, up to when I graduated high school. So that era is when I tend to listen to a lot of music. But I got a teenage kid, so I hear some of the newer stuff that eventually, whirls me in and makes me okay, this is actually not that bad. So I don't always sound like the grumpy old man.
That's dope. Do you have a least favorite type of genre of music?
Country music. I hate it.
Thank you.
So it probably death metal, but death metal is just weird and scary. But country is just, the shit is just, I don't know if you cuss or you can blurt it out. But
you could cuss.
Country is one of those things where people always try to say all rap music sounds the same, but literally all country music sounds the same. And so I used to work in this liquor store when I was 20 to 21. And every Saturday from 9 to 2, we had to listen to the country music station. And I would just
torture.
Be in there dying. And everybody hated it except for these 2 people. We only had a country music day for these 2 people, these 2 employees. And then it's just it was torture. Once 1 or 2 o'clock hit, everybody ran to the radio and changed the station because we just could not take it anymore.
I'd hate rank the 4 major sports, NHL, NFL, NBA, MLB, rank the 4 from best to worst.
So I went to college to play baseball, so MLB.
Right.
And then after MLB, I got to NFL, NBA, NHL. Okay. Now, it's not really fair because I just love baseball, so that's always gonna be number 1. I know I get it to most people. Sometimes it's boring as hell, I like to see a pitcher's duel. I like to see a game that's 1-0. That's cool to me. Football, just the barbaric, Stone Age type of aspect to it, like a bunch of men just running as hard as they can at each other, inflicting pain. Just I'm trying to impose my will on you. But basketball. So basketball and football, they might be like 2A and 2B. I know I got a lot of A's and B's, but like it's really not. I enjoy watching football more just because like football is, whether it's college or NBA, it's 14 to 16 games. So every week matters a lot more. And the NBA games are 82. There's 82 games. So, things don't really heat up until after the All-Star break because, before the All-Star break, you don't really have that many surprises. You know who's going to be doing what, who's going to dominate. But after the All-Star break is when some of those bottom-tier teams start to sneak into the playoffs and everything like that. And baseball is like that too, 162 games in 180 days, but it's just, there's no better sound than the crack of a bat hitting a baseball. I mean, in my opinion, it's just no other sweeter sound in sports.
Oh, nice. That's cool. Do you have a favorite team from those sports?
Yeah, so I'm from New Jersey. So, a lot of times in New Jersey with a lot of sports is either Philly fan or a New York fan. So I'm a Yankees fan in baseball. And then in football and basketball, I'm a Cowboys and a Bulls fan. So I'm a product of the 90s. I was born in 89, so I grew up in the 90s. I'm a product of there, but I never wavered. So, when those teams have been trash, I've dealt with it. And then in the NHL, since I grew up like 20 minutes from Philly, I root for the Flyers. And then being from New Jersey, I root for the Devils. And then when I lived in Nashville, when I lived in Clarksville, Nashville was about 45 minutes away. The Predators started to catch my eyes, and going to games down there and stuff like that. So, being that I'm such a casual hockey fan, that is like the only sport I have 3 teams in that I check for.
Okay. What advice would you give to like newer YouTubers who like want to start a YouTube channel?
So, all right, this is actually perfect because I get this question a lot. So, the advice I would give is there's like start now. So, if you want to start a YouTube channel, use what you got. And I'm gonna speak specifically to what I do. So, you want to be a sports gamer. 9 times out of 10, you have everything you need to start a channel. So, when I first started my YouTube channel, I was creating and editing videos right on my PS4. I was using the Share Factory. I eventually got a Blue Snowball, so my sound got a little better, but I was still doing it on the PS4. Then I broke the bank, and not broke the bank, but then I spent some money, invested in myself, got an Elgato. You know what I'm saying? And slowly after that, I gotta, being that, I'm an adult and I was in the Army, I bought a $4,000 computer because everything I do is like super balls to the wall, like all the way in. I'm a super like everything I have to do has to be like brash and like I jump straight in. I can't tiptoe into it or else I won't do it. So, the main thing that I would say is just like do it. Don't wait on anything. And then just quantity over quality. So in the beginning, your videos are expected to suck. They're going to be horrible. You don't know what you're doing. You're learning as you go. Just get the videos out. People have to see content in order to see your channel, in order to come to your channel, and then eventually watch you grow. So, over time, as you learn, your videos will slowly but surely get better and better and better. My videos from last year, in my opinion, are, worse than the videos that I'm doing now currently. I just got this new mic that I'm speaking on right now. I spent a lot of money on this mic, but I'm investing in myself. But I didn't start off with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So you don't need the best equipment in order to start a YouTube channel. You don't have to say, oh, once I get my mic, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Once I get my Elgato, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. Once I get this piece of equipment, I'm going to start a YouTube channel. You don't need it. When I first started YouTube, I didn't even show my face. So you don't need a face cam. That stuff came over time. And, another thing is just like niche down. So, figure out what type of videos you want to make. So when I first came into it, I just thought YouTube was sweet. I thought, I like Madden, I could post Madden. I like MLB The Show, I could post MLB The Show. I like 2K, I could post 2K. And people watch, but no. People want to know what they're coming to your channel for. So, they don't want to come to your channel and get all the sports. Some people work for, but, some people don't. So they go to certain people's channels for Madden. They go to certain people's channels for 2K. They come to my, channels like mine for NCAA 14. Find out that, and dive straight into that and then study the people that are successful. So, if people are already doing what you want to do, see what it is they're doing and how they do it. Don't copy them. You know what I mean? Be original, because people can always spot out a copycat, verbatim. So like, you know what I mean? And work within your personality. So like, for me, I never developed a persona on YouTube. So like, you watch my channel, there's nothing I do is like, I don't scream and yell at the camera and make all these funny sounds and voices and faces, and I'm just myself. So like, when I'm angry at the game, I'm genuinely angry. And so, it makes it easier. Like, you're talking to me now, I'm pretty sure you're like, oh damn, he's just like he is on his videos. I mean, that's just really who I am. So, like, kudos to all the people who created personas on their channels, but I feel like that's incredibly hard to maintain and manage when you're out in the open, because if somebody sees you and I'm just always like, in my videos, and you meet me in person, I'm just like, hey, what's up? You're like, damn, you kind of suck. You know what I'm saying? So that's the main thing, is just start right then and now, and just figure out what you want to do and just do it. I mean, just worry about getting better with time. Don't worry about being perfect. Don't worry about thinking about the perfect video idea. Don't worry about, having the perfect game, the perfect equipment. It's just so much things that people want perfect that, they end up missing out on opportunities.
Mm-hmm. Good advice, my dude. What's the meaning behind the YouTube name? All
right, so I get this question a lot too. So, like I mentioned earlier, I was in the Army. So at one point in the Army, I was getting involuntarily separated, aka chapter, aka I was getting kicked the hell out. Right? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? No rule breaking or anything like that. I just got fat and out of shape, and I couldn't pass the PT test. And in the Army, you have to be able to pass your fitness test. And so, but the reason why, I was injured, and it was a lot of backdooring to the system, to them trying to get me out of the Army when they weren't supposed to. And so an investigation ended up getting launched to where I was able to stay in the Army, and then I got back in shape, and my body got healthier, and I was able to re-enlist and do all these things, and eventually I ended up getting medically retired from my body being so broken down. But I was able to persevere and push through all those things and prove people wrong. But where it comes from, while I was going through that process of being kicked out of the Army, life was down. I was smoking like a pack and a half of cigarettes a day. I was drinking every day, not alcoholic-wise, not like getting blasted, but you know what I'm saying? I was drinking every day just to mellow out from the day. You know what I mean? I was unhealthy and just doing all these things, and I felt like a reject. And so we were starting this fantasy football league in my clinic that I was working in, because I was a medic. And then, I was tired of just having like Justin's team. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, I need to come up with a cool name and blah, blah, blah. So I was just like, something just hit me. I was like, boom, Uncle Sam's Rejects. Wow. And I was like, oh, damn. All right, so for a few years, so this is like 2 years before I started my YouTube channel, every year, every fantasy league, basketball, baseball, football, we would be Uncle Sam's Rejects. And so eventually when I started my YouTube channel, it was just like a no-brainer. I'm Uncle Sam's Reject. But by this time I started my channel, I was in good standing with the Army. I was in no danger of being put out or anything like that. But that name just become my persona, through the rest of my time in the Army, because I just never forgot how they tried to do me. It is not like the big Army and like everybody in the Army, but my one unit that I was in, I just never forgot how they treated me. So from that point on, I just always felt like a reject. And so that's just pretty much how the name has stuck. And then just, I never wavered from it.
Wow.
My name's Justin Thompson. So everybody called me Jay Tom growing up, from like 8th grade on, Jay Tom. That's what everybody called me. So, even most of my friends in the Army, they call me Tom. So that's my normal nickname, but I didn't want to be Jay Tom Gaming. I just didn't, so like back in the day playing like Modern Warfare 2 on like Xbox 360, right? You playing these dudes, they got these super fire gamer tags. I'm just like, damn, like I wish I would have thought of something more clever. Like I never came up with clever names. And so like when I finally came up with this Uncle Sam's Reject one, I was like, boom, finally I got one. And it's ended up becoming like a brand, my YouTube channel, and I'm making money from, this clever name that I finally came up with. Like I got merch and everything like that. Like it just really came full circle. And it sucks like what I had to go through in order to come up with this clever name, but you know what I'm saying, it sort of became a part of me.
Wow. So nice to meet you then, Justin. Sorry.
I appreciate it, man.
Sorry. Well, anything you want to shout out or promote?
Anything I want to shout out to promote? All right, yeah. So I want to shout out my guy Isaac at the No Excuse Crew. You know what I mean? My homeboy, my brother actually. You know, he's my personal trainer. He has a personal training business. You know, he's a fitness trainer. He's a champion bodybuilder. He's a longtime sponsor and a friend of my YouTube channel. One of my biggest supporters. You know what I mean? Like other than my wife. Also, you know, shout out to my Hawaii Tech Shark series. If you guys don't know who I am, you want to go ahead and check out my channel. I'm pretty sure the link will be in the description or anything like that. And then, you know, also I have like a bunch of merch links for you guys to go to. I have a Uncle Sam's Reject store on Teespring. I have a Hawaii Tech Sharks store over on Etsy. You know what I mean? So it's pretty much just everything I promote is going to be USR, Uncle Sam's Reject, and TNEC, the No Excuse Crew. Those are the, you know what I mean, the brands. Oh, and also shout out my boy Harv. He's another fitness guy. He has his brand, the Rack Runners. You know what I'm saying? So those are the two guys I work really, really closely with. And then also, you know, another few guys I want to shout out, the Franchise Gurus. You know what I mean? We're a collective of NCAA YouTubers. So it's like me, Harum Crow, T&J, K Freezy, Big C Got Game, Franchise Gaming, Craniac Gaming, Octagonal Gaming, the Coach Plays Games. And I pretty much think that's pretty much it, our whole crew. So, you know what I mean, a Franchise Gurus. And then also, shout out to Good Game Bro. If I would never seen his YouTube channel, I wouldn't have my YouTube channel. And shout out to Flim Little Raps, because if I never stumbled across his videos, I wouldn't be making the type of content I'm making here today.